Under the soft golden sunlight of Cebu City, a young boy named Miguel Santos walked barefoot through the crowded streets, clutching a tattered guitar that had seen better days. His clothes were old, faded, and patched in several places, but his spirit glowed brighter than anything around him. He was only 14, yet the hardships of life had made him older inside. Every morning, he helped his mother sell roasted corn on the roadside, their small cart surrounded by the smoke and smell of coal. The money they earned barely bought rice for the day, but Miguel never complained. When the sun would set and the world would go quiet, he would sit near the flickering candle in their small bamboo house and softly play songs on his father's broken guitar. His father had passed away years ago, but the memory of his voice lingered in Miguel's heart like a lullaby. One night, while listening to an old radio, Miguel heard the announcement of auditions for Ireland's Got Talent coming to Cebu. His heart skipped. For a moment, he imagined himself standing on that big stage, singing in front of judges and lights he had only seen on television. The dream felt impossible, yet something deep inside whispered that he had to try. For a whole week, he worked harder than ever, saving every peso he could from the roasted corn stall. His mother tried to stop him, worried about disappointment, but he only smiled and said softly, "Ma, if I never try, I'll never know." On the morning of the audition, he hugged his mother tightly, tears glistening in both their eyes. She whispered, "Sing for your father, Anak." As the bus rumbled away from the city, Miguel watched the streets he grew up on disappear behind him, but in his heart, a melody began to rise, one that carried both pain and hope toward a dream far beyond Cebu. When Miguel stepped onto the Ireland's Got Talent stage, his small frame looked lost under the massive lights. The audience murmured softly, curious about the boy with the cracked guitar. Simon Cowell leaned forward, Amanda Holden gave a kind smile, and Alesha Dixon whispered, "He looks so nervous." Miguel took a shaky breath and spoke softly into the microphone, his accent trembling through his words, "I came from Cebu City, and I want to sing this song for my mom." The crowd grew quiet. Then the first gentle notes of Hotel California floated from his guitar. It wasn't perfect, the strings were slightly off tune, but the raw emotion in his voice pierced through every imperfection. Each line carried the weight of hunger, love, and longing. When he sang, "You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave," his voice cracked, and his eyes glistened. The entire hall was frozen. Amanda's hands rose to her mouth as tears spilled down her cheeks. Alesha clasped her palms to her chest, whispering, "He's singing from his soul." Even Simon, known for his stone heart, blinked several times, visibly moved. The boy's voice filled every corner of the room, transforming pain into music. When the final chord faded, there was silence, a deep silence, as if time itself had stopped. Then the audience erupted into a standing ovation. Miguel stood still, trembling, tears running down his face, not believing what was happening. He had given his heart to the world, and the world had finally listened. For a long moment, no one spoke. Then Amanda rose from her chair, her eyes red from crying. She looked at Miguel and whispered, "You just reminded us why we love this show." With a trembling hand, she reached toward the golden buzzer. Time slowed as her hand came down, hitting it with a soft but powerful thud. A golden storm exploded from above, confetti raining down like blessings from the heavens. Miguel's knees buckled as he dropped his guitar and covered his face, crying uncontrollably. The judges rushed toward him. Amanda knelt beside him, pulling him into a tight embrace. Alesha brushed his tears away, saying, "You deserve every bit of this, sweetheart." Even Simon stood, clapping with a soft smile, his voice shaking as he said, "That was pure emotion. That was truth." The crowd screamed and cheered, chanting Miguel's name. As gold fluttered around him, Miguel lifted his tear-streaked face toward the lights and whispered, "Mama, I did it." In that single moment, everything changed. The boy from Cebu who once sang under candlelight was now shining on the world's brightest stage. And among the thunder of applause, the glimmering gold, and the tears of joy, the boy who once had nothing gave the world everything he had, his heart, his soul, and his song.